Today we are cooking from Chicard d'Amixo, the Dufay de Cuisine, which comes from the court of Savoy in Chambéry. And they're basically, this recipe rissoles are basically little fried pastries with dried fruits and nuts and pork inside. So the recipe tells us to cut up the pork fine and then wash the nuts and dried fruit with some wine. And then we're going to mix that together with the best cheese we can find, which he tells us, some grains of paradise, some ginger, some sugar, and eggs, and mix it all up into a filling. Okay, I've used about 1.5 pounds, maybe almost 2 of the ground meat. I'm going to wash these spices in wine, add all of this ground meat, the cheese, the egg, and everything else, all the spices. This is grains of paradise. They're kind of like pepper. They come from the west coast of Africa. They're really delicious. And then we'll have a filling. Okay, so I am taking the dough out of the fridge and I've floured the board. I'm just going to roll this out. We don't want it too thin because remember these have to hold up in the fryer, and that's the lard I've got melting right there. And I think what I'm going to do is make little half circles out of these. There we go, that's good. I don't want to use too much flour. I don't want to make it too thin, but that should be good. I'm going to cut circles out with a biscuit cutter. Okay, let's start with these 6. And of course, I'll reuse that dough, but I just want to show you how to get started on these. And then I'm going to use, I don't know, was that a teaspoon of filling? A little less than that. Just imagine making thousands of these. The poor pastry chef. Oh my God. Yeah, I think I may have put a little too much in each of these, but let's just give it a shot. That one's a little too much. Okay, so what I'm going to do is fold these in half over the filling. Of course, if you have a little too much, just take some out. Pinch the edge, and you'll have a little half moon. And I think he would have gone through the time of maybe giving these a little crenellation of some kind. See, it kind of looks like a dumpling, but that should be perfectly fine when it goes in the fryer.